Hello again. We are back. So now we are going to start the design and modeling of a structure. So we have some architectural drawings here. So this is a ground floor of the building. This is architectural drawing. This is the first floor of the building, and this is the section of the building. So we're going to start with the ground floor. So in Staad Pro, we use these columns as nodes. So nodes represent columns. So we're going to start by modeling this node here, this column, and then go to this one, and then go to this one. So it will be 3 nodes, and then we're going to follow up with these 4 nodes, and then so on and so forth. So let's start. The first thing that we need to do, we need to go to geometry. We need to cancel this, and we need to start. The first node is the origin node, so it will be 0, 0, 0 in all directions. And the second node, as we can see, the x-axis here is 0, the coordinate of the y-axis is 0, but the coordinate of the z-axis is 4170. So we're going to model this one. We're going to model this one. Okay, let's go. So here x-axis is 0, y-axis is 0, and the z-axis is 4170. So as you can see, there is 0 here and this one, and then so you can see there are 2 nodes here. So the third point is 0, 0, and this coordinate, the z coordinate of this node from the point of origin is the addition, the sum of these 2 dimensions, 4170 and 3230 millimeters. So when you add that together, we get 7400. Let's just save here. So yeah, and then we need to be saving every once in a while so that we can save our design. So the third coordinate of the z-axis is 7,400 millimeters. So we press enter. So as you can see on the main screen, we've got 3 nodes. These 3 nodes represent these 3 points: this point, this point, and this point. So now we need to draw these and this and this. So when you come here, we see that it is best that we turn this view into a plan view. So as I said earlier, these options represent our options from which angle or which side we view the project from. So we're going to view it from the positive y-axis. So that's the plan view. I'm going to put it like this. Then we'll see that the distance, the dimension from this point to this point, the center to center distance of the column is 5,050 millimeters. So what we're going to do is that we're going to copy these. So let's copy them. First of all, we need to, in order to select these nodes, we need to select this point, nodes cursor. So we select this cursor, and then we're going to copy them like this. After I've done that, we're going to press Ctrl C and then Ctrl V. This pop-up window has come up. So this pop-up window will ask us where we want to copy this from. So as we can see here, we're going to copy it in the X direction, the positive x direction. So the distance is 5050 millimeters. So we're going to put 5050 millimeters here, and we're going to press OK. So another one has come up. And then we're going to copy this as well. So Control C, Control V. And you see the distance here is from here to here is 2300 millimeters. So here, 2300 millimeters. We're going to press Enter. And then we are also going to copy this. So, and then we see that the distance is 3050 millimeters. So we're going to say 3050 millimeters. So we've got this type of arrangement here. So what is our next step? We are going to draw beams connecting all these points here. So in order to draw beams, we say that we need to press on the beams cursor, add beams, and then we start from here. We draw from here, draw, so we're going to draw all these, let's say here. So we're going to draw all these from point to point, from node to node. So we are currently seeing our design from the perspective of the plan view. So now let's change our view. Let's go to the isometric view. So this is how our isometric view will look like. So what do we do next? Let's check our section view. Say that from the ground floor, the height is 2750 for both floors. So what we are going to do is that we are going to copy this upwards. So in order to do this, let's go to the beams cursor, and then let us select this. So when we select this, we use a command code. Let's save this first. Use a command code, translation repeat. This copies everything that we've selected, either in X, global X direction, global Y, global Z. So since we're copying upwards, we're going to select it in the global Y direction. And then let's just take one step first. And this is 2750 millimeters. So 2750 millimeters. And then we're going to link the steps. Let's link the steps to avoid time wastage. So are we seeing? This is what our building will look like. And then, if we see from our plan view, there are beams here and here. So let us add those beams. Let us zoom in. Select this, and then start by selecting this one and this one. And then we select, and then we copy, and then we see the distance is 1120 millimeters in the Z direction. 1120 millimeters in the Z direction. So this is that. And then we're going to select these two and this. We're going to copy them, the same distance, 1120 millimeters. And then we're going to add a column here, a column in the form of a beam 2. We're going to add this one and this one. Let us check if architectural drawing is correct. Okay, There's no beam here, as you can see. These are walls. The beams are in blue color. So there's no beam here, there's only a wall. There's a beam here. So as we've seen, this is what it will look like. Let us now draw the second floor. How are we going to draw the second floor? Let us select let's first see the ground floor. Okay, this is the second floor. As you can see, there's no beam here, there's no columns here, there are only walls. So what we are going to do is that we are going to remove we're going to okay, let's select this point, all these nodes, we select them. Let us select all these nodes, all the outer nodes that actually this point, zoom in further, this point should go, and this point too. Okay, and then we are going to use the same command, translation repeat, 2750 millimeters, link steps. Okay, so this is what we have, and then let us now draw beams. So now add beams here, here. So we are going to, so we're adding our beams now. Now we are going to be very careful in how we draw these beams. So this beam connects this node to this node. Okay, and this will connect this node to this node, and this one to this one. And then there's a beam here to this node, there's a beam here, this one too, to this node, and this one to this one itself. So after we've done that, let us now see how this will look like in a symmetric view. Let's see how this will look like in a symmetric view. Press here. Is our model correctly done according to our architectural drawings? Okay, it is correctly done. So now, after we've done the geometrical part of things, let us now assign the supports to this model. So what we're going to do is that we're going to select geometry, and we've seen on general. So when you press on general, we're going to select supports. So you can see this pop-up window has appeared. We're going to create the type of support. So as you can see, there's foundation, inclined, fixed, pinned, fixed butt, enforced, and others. So here, fixed butt is actually when you want to say Staad Pro does not have the roller support. So we use fixed butt, and then we release or restrain certain conditions or certain directions. But here, since it's a model, it's a model design, modeled on the ground of things, so we're going to assign the fixed support. So we add here, and then we're going to select this point. Let's view it in this way. Select the node cursor, select these nodes, check if all nodes have been selected, the ground node, okay, and then assign to selected nodes, assign, yes. So as you can see, all nodes have been selected. So in our next video, we are going to assign the geometric properties of these beams and elements, and also the material properties.